72 terrifying hours inside Moscow. Wagner's forces rebelled, spread chaos, and then raised their hands in surrender. On Friday, June 23, 2023, an armed rebellion broke out. Led by the head of the private military group, Wagner, Yevgeny Prigozhin, to end with an agreement, after mediation by the Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, and provided for the departure of Prigozhin, who tried to overthrow the Russian military leadership, to Belarus. Here is a timeline of the events, which began and ended in just 72 hours. First, the start, Friday, June 23, 2023. Prigozhin published a video clip in which he escalated his disagreement with senior military officers in Russia regarding the special military operation in Ukraine. 2. Prigozhin accused the Russian forces of bombing Wagner's forces, which caused the deaths of thousands of his men, and pledged to respond to the Laotian forces. 3. Prigozhin said, in an audio recording on Telegram, the evil of the Russian military leadership must stop, and that Wagner's forces will lead a march for justice against the Russian army. 4. The Russian Federal Security Service responded by opening a criminal case against Prigozhin, saying that he had called for armed rebellion. Second, the events of Saturday, June 24, 2023. 1. His men, said Prigozhin, have crossed the border from Ukraine into Russia, and are ready to go to great lengths to oppose the Russian army. 2. In an audio recording on Telegram, Prigozhin said that Wagner fighters entered the city of Rostov in southern Russia. 3. In Washington, the White House said, it is monitoring the situation between Russia and the Wagner Group, and will consult with allies and partners on developments. 4. On the same day, the Russian Prosecutor General, Igor Krasnov, formally notified the Russian President, Putin, of the criminal case against Prigozhin on charges of armed rebellion. 5. Then the Russian Ministry of Defense issued a statement appealing to the Wagner fighters to abandon their leader. 6. After that, Russian President Putin delivered a speech on television, in which he pledged to crush the armed rebellion, accused Prigozhin of treason, and of directing a stab in the back to Russia. 7. However, Prigozhin rejected Putin's accusation of treason against him and his group. 8. Then the Wagner forces announced, in a statement, that Russia will have a new president. 9. The matter did not stop at this point. The Chechen leader, Ramzan Kadyrov, an ally of Putin, intervened, saying, his forces are ready to help put down Prigozhin's rebellion, and use harsh methods if necessary. 10. At the same time, the European governments of Britain, France, Germany and Italy announced that they would issue statements saying that they are closely monitoring developments in Russia. 11. Then Russian military helicopters opened fire on a convoy of Wagner rebels, after they had cut more than half the way towards Moscow, in a lightning advance, after seizing Rostov during the night. 12. Immediately, the Ukrainian President Zelensky announced, Russia's weakness is clear, and that the longer Moscow keeps its forces and its mercenaries in Ukraine for a longer period, the greater the chaos that will invite it to retreat. 13. Following Zelensky's statement, the president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, announced that he had communicated with the Russian president and offered him mediation to end the armed rebellion. 14. Immediately Prigozhin accepted Lukashenko's mediation, ordering his fighters to return to their former bases, in Luhansk, to avoid bloodshed. Sunday, June 25, 2023, the end of the rebellion won on the morning of June 25, 2023. The Kremlin announced that Prigozhin would move to Belarus quickly, with Putin agreeing to drop the criminal charges against him. The Kremlin spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, said that the Russian president is the guarantor of the settlement agreement, which was reached through the mediation of Belarusian President Lukashenko. Then the regional governor of the city of Rostov, Vasily Golubev, announced, via telegram, that the Wagner fighters left the city, after they took control of it on Saturday, and headed towards their camps. 4 Russian media said that all restrictions imposed on the country's highways have been lifted, with security measures left. The same on the highway between Moscow and Tula.
لرجاء الضغط على جرس الاشتراك وهو مجانا في القناة حتى يتسنى لي الاستمرار في نشر الفيديوهات.